Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
Hey everybody, it's Cody here from Rasslin Rage, and I am joined by the Modern Day Shaman. Now, before I ask him any questions, make sure you smash the thumbs up. There we go. And make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. So, first, welcome on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Now, but before I start asking a bunch of questions, I want to say thank you for the T-shirt.
Oh, no problem. I
Yeah.
thought it was, I can't sell just one, so.
Right. Well, I wore it on the show, the live show Sunday, just so you know. And then, yeah, so it's getting its use already.
Thank you.
Right, right. So I know you're not originally from Michigan. So where are you from? And tell us why you decided to come to Michigan.
Well, I'm originally from Pennsylvania, but I joined the military and spent probably about 10 years or so down south.
Okay.
And that's primarily where I started wrestling and really like cut my teeth in the business. And as far as ending up here, the very first time, I'll be honest, women talk you into some of the worst ideas.
Ain't that the truth?
I always jokingly say I'm like a reverse snowbird. I've lived here 3 times, and every time I've moved back here, it's been in the winter. I never do it right.
No, obviously not, because the winters here suck.
It does.
Yeah. So you're here in Michigan. How many years into the business were you before you moved into Michigan?
Well, I started wrestling full time in about 2004.
Okay.
I was trained in 1999, but because joining the Navy, I joined the Navy like a year or so later. I never really put it to use.
Okay.
And then about partway through my first enlistment, I ran into a bunch of guys that had also trained to wrestle. A couple of them had trained at Sean Devary School in Minnesota. So I took out a loan and bought a ring and put it up, and we just started playing around, and then I got to know people.
Wow, that's a real interesting story, man. That's cool. So, down there you were in, what you say, 2004, you started actually like having matches and things like that?
Yeah. We toured, we used to do a loop. We would leave on Fridays and do 2 shows around Orlando, drive all the way down, finish down to Tampa, stay overnight, work Saturday in Tampa, drive all the way back up about 4 hours north into Georgia, north of the Florida border, into Georgia, and then work 2 shows coming back down on a Sunday.
Nice. Wow. That's a good
And
weekend.
Man, we must have done that for 2-3 years straight.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, you were down in Florida, you wrestled in Georgia. Is there anywhere else besides, Michigan, obviously, that you wrestled that,
Indiana, the Carolinas, Virginia. I think that's it.
Oh, wow. Well, a lot of people.
Illinois.
Oh, okay. So, I know some guys down there in the Florida area, and I know some guys down near Texas and stuff. And do you feel that there's a difference in style from the guys, say, like here in Michigan compared to down there in the South, like, Georgia and Florida?
Stylistically, it's a lot of the same stuff. In the South, you can get away with a lot of like the old school cheapy heel face stuff, as opposed to up here where the fans tend to be maybe, I don't want to say a little smarter, but it's a different fan base.
Right. Yeah. We're a little nuts up here too.
Show-wise, the biggest difference I've seen, and it was really funny too, because the first time I ever saw a low boy ring in the South, I thought it was fake. Like I asked if it was, I asked the person I was riding with, I was like, is that thing real? Like, are we safe? Down there, they're real hard to come by, but outdoor shows are a regular thing because of the weather.
Right.
And when I came up here, outdoor shows are kind of looked down upon to a degree.
Yeah.
And low boys are used everywhere.
Right. There is a lot of low boys around.
Opposite reversal on both things.
Right, for sure. So, you're up here, you're wrestling, and I know that you're working for NPWA New Breed up here in your tag team Savage Society, And so we talked before, and your tag team hasn't always included Hyena Hagen. So
No,
tell us a
we
little bit
originally
about that.
okay. We originally started. Savage Society was myself and the Apache assassin Solomon Stone, another
Okay.
worker I met in Florida that also happened to move up to the Grand Rapids, Michigan area.
Nice.
And as soon as he got up here, we linked up and just started hitting the road. And we named ourselves Savage Society. He was injured in a title match against Gideon Malice,
Ooh,
hurt his knee.
right.
So he's been out for a while, and Hyena has been a phenomenal replacement.
Oh yeah.
I would almost say seamless. They're very similar in styles and the way they work. So
Oh,
it was
that's
an easy
awesome.
transition for myself.
Right. And Hyena Hagen's part of the XICW Proving Ground and one of the rookies there, and he's paired up with M3. Now, I got Hyena Hagen picked to win, so that should be a good time.
He should win.
That's right. There
He's
you
my
go.
top choice. His only real challenge I see in that is Jason Page.
Yeah, and another great wrestler too.
Oh,
Now,
that kid's phenomenal.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Now you're up here in Michigan, and you've been wrestling since '04. What's the plan going forward? Like, what are you looking to do here in Michigan?
Right now, I'm just honestly enjoying this current run I'm on. I took a few years off because I hurt my back a little bit,
Yeah,
and I haven't been on a run like this since when we were living in Florida and doing the loop every weekend.
right.
So this has been a blast. I really just am trying to give back to the business. That's why I was really excited to tag with Solomon Stone. He's a little bit younger. He's only been working a few years, so that was fun to try to help him grow and expand.
Right.
And now working with Hyena again, just trying to give back
Yeah,
has
that's
been
awesome.
so much fun.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Now you're more on the west side of Michigan compared to where I'm over on the east side, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, so I'm not really familiar with a lot of promotions out there. Is there a lot going on out there in the west side of the state?
Not a whole lot. A lot of what's going on is down more by the Indiana border.
Okay.
There's one of the regular companies I work for is GLWA, Great Lakes Wrestling Association.
Okay.
They have a great little spot in a top-notch physiques. It's like a multi-purpose gym, but
Okay.
it's a great little setup, very intimate, and they run every month. And who else is in this area? Uprising Pro will start running Grand Rapids monthly in
Okay.
March of 2020.
Nice.
And other than that, no, there's not really much over here.
Really?
PPW comes to Lansing and Flint regularly, but nobody's based right in my area.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's good that there is now, this new promotion Uprising's coming in and running, so that's cool. It seems like there's a lot of independents, coming in now. And not so much like in the same area, but is there something you think that the independents are doing better than the big guys to make this? Because it's what a time to be a wrestling fan, right? I mean,
Oh, it's amazing. I can't even remember the last time I watched WWE, but I get excited for the AEW stuff,
yeah,
MLW, Clash Wrestling, all that. I'm a big fan of the independents right now.
yeah, for sure.
It feels like the early 2000s when Ring of Honor blew up. You had Ring of Honor and Shikara and CZW all out of Philly, the Philly area, just
Right.
doing it for us. It was great.
Yeah. Is there something that you think that they're doing better, or is there something that you think that's
I
making?
think it's just more intimate.
Okay,
It's
so like the
the way you
one-on-one
can
with the
interact.
fans,
Yeah, that's what I love
right?
about it. I don't know. Obviously, I've never worked anything like WWE, but I have worked a couple like 2,000 plus shows where there were
Right.
2,000 people, and it was a different experience. You know what I mean? You can't hear that one specific fan heckling you to single them out and
That's
respond and just get the whole place booing you.
right. Awesome. So now, going forward, you're here, you're wrestling, and you're enjoying this. You said you're enjoying it. Do you have any goals coming up for, what you want to do?
New Breed Tag Team titles.
Well, that's
Or,
a good one.
That's definitely on the list. I got a shot at the GLWA Tag Team titles.
Nice.
This month, actually, in 2 weeks. So
Nice.
hopefully I can check that block. And on the 29th, I'll be going for the #1 contender for the EHF hardcore title.
Nice.
So that's what I'm focused on right now. Is I'm going to try to collect that gold.
Nice.
Like,
So,
Vikings, if we raid, we gotta get the treasure to go with the raids.
amen to that. I like that. Good stuff. All right. Well, listen, man. We know you've already mentioned a couple other shows that you're already on. Is there now? I remember at New Breed they said something about they have a show coming up. I don't remember where they said it was.
Scarecrow Festival.
Okay.
The Scarecrow Festival, September 28th.
Okay. And you're going to be there?
Unless something goes incredibly wrong, I will always be a New Breed.
There we go. I like it. All right, man. Well,
They
listen.
can't be a New Breed without the Savage Society.
Yeah. Right. So, you are on what? You're on Facebook. You're on. What do you got?
I got Facebook and Instagram. I'm really bad about using my gimmick page.
Right.
It's Modern Day Shaman on Facebook, but they can go ahead and like my Garrett Adams page too, as long as they don't mind my really offensive memes. And I'm on Instagram at Modern Day Shaman 420.
Okay. So listen, guys, I'm going to put that down there so that you can follow him and go follow him and watch all of his stuff and all the videos and all
Just
that
don't
stuff.
wave in my inbox.
Yeah,
That's all I ask.
Yeah, don't do that stupid stuff. But dude, I want to say thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you again at an MPWA show, or who knows, one of the other shows out there on the west side. You never know, right?
Absolutely. You're always invited to GLWA. Your name's always on the list.
All right. Well, hey, man, I appreciate it, dude, and have a good one, dude.
Thank you.
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage.